So I hear you love design, you're obsessed with interiors, you've probably got a saved folder full of dream homes on Pinterest, and you can't walk into someone's home without judging the lighting or rearranging the furniture in your head. But maybe you've also caught yourself wondering, am I actually ready to do this for real, like as a career? If that question's been bouncing around your head lately, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about what being ready really means, how to know if it's time to take the leap into interior design, what skills and mindset you actually need, and what to do next if you're feeling called to this field, but you're not sure where to start. And I'll tell you right now, you might be more ready than you think. Let's start with a little truth bomb. No one ever feels ready. Not really. When I started my design business, I was terrified. I had all the same doubts you probably do. What if I'm not good enough? What if no one hires me? What if I fail and everybody sees it? But the thing I realized was that you don't magically wake up one morning feeling ready. You become ready by starting. That's how it works. Being prepared and being ready are two very different things. Being prepared is about knowledge, understanding the basics, doing your research. Being ready is about courage, deciding to take that first step even though you're scared. If you're waiting for the fear to disappear before you start, you'll be waiting forever. Every designer you admire felt the same fear. They just started anyway. Now let's talk about the clues, the little signs that you might already be ready to step into design. First, you can't not think about it. You walk into a space and immediately start redesigning it in your head. You notice when the curtains are hung too low or the rug is the wrong size. You obsess over textures, shapes, and balance, even if you can't quite explain why. Second, you care deeply about how a space feels, not just how it looks. You understand that design isn't just about aesthetics. It's about mood, comfort, flow, and the way a space makes people feel when they walk in. Third, you've probably already dabbled in it. Maybe you've helped friends decorate or redesign your own home, and you absolutely lit up doing it. You stayed up till 2 a.m. rearranging furniture because you were in that creative flow zone. Fourth, you're curious. You find yourself diving into design videos, scrolling through inspo, analyzing what works and why. You get excited learning about materials, color palettes, cabinetry, moldings, the nerdy stuff that makes most people's eyes glaze over. Fifth, you crave something more than your current job. You want a career that's creative but also meaningful. Something that blends beauty and purpose, where you actually get to make an impact on how people live. And finally, you've started wondering if it's too late to start. I'm here to tell you it's not. That little tug in your gut, that quiet thought that says, maybe I could actually do this, that's not random. It's direction. Listen to it. If even a few of these hit home, that's your sign. The desire doesn't show up unless it's meant for you. Don't you think your life is too valuable to just clock in and clock out at a job you hate? Okay, so let's get practical for a second. What do you actually need before you start calling yourself a designer? First, I'll tell you what you don't need. You don't need a degree. You don't need to spend 4 years in school or go into debt. What you do need is a strong foundation, the kind that helps you understand how design really works in the real world. That means learning the fundamentals, things like standard measurements, common industry terms, materials, and software. Understanding how to communicate your ideas clearly to clients and vendors. Knowing how to manage a project from concept to completion. And you, of course, have to learn the business side, which means understanding insurance, how to properly charge for your services, and how to legally protect yourself with a proper contract. Whether you want to be an interior designer or an interior decorator, both paths come down to the same thing: developing your eye, learning the process, and understanding the business side. None of that requires a degree. It just requires commitment and the right kind of guidance. And that's exactly why I created my Aspiring Interior Designer course, to give you everything you need to build your career without going back to school or working for a firm. It covers everything: the foundations, client process, and business side, so you can start with confidence. You can click the link in the description to get all the details. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: fear. Because if you're watching this, I guarantee you've got at least one of these running in your head. What if I fail? What if I'm not talented enough? What will people think? What if I can't make enough money doing this? Every creative person has had those thoughts, every single one. When I started, I felt like an imposter. I wasn't classically trained. I didn't have a fancy design degree, but I had passion, curiosity, commitment, and I was willing to figure it out as I went. And that's what matters most. And the thing is, fear doesn't mean stop. It just means stretch. It means you're stepping into something new, and that's where all the growth happens. Think about how scared you were when you first learned how to drive. And I bet now it's second nature. You had to experience that fear to gain that skill. If you let fear stop you from learning how to drive, you'd be walking everywhere. All I'm trying to say is that you don't need to have it all figured out to begin, nor is that even possible. You just need to start where you are with what you have. Everything else is built along the way. So what does that look like? How do you actually start from dreaming about it to doing it? First, start designing something. Your own space, a friend's living room, a mock project you make up for fun. The point isn't perfection, it's practice. Second, start creating a small portfolio. You can use free tools to make mood boards, digital renderings, or before and after photos of your projects. It doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to show your point of view. Third, immerse yourself in the industry. Go to showrooms, visit furniture stores, watch designers work. You'll start developing your taste and understanding how professionals communicate and make decisions. Fourth, keep learning. There's so much you can absorb online, through books, and from mentors. You don't have to know everything, but you should always be curious. And fifth, surround yourself with support. The right people will make all the difference. Mentors, peers, a community of other designers who get it. And if you want a structured path, a roadmap that actually shows you what to learn and in what order, that's exactly what my Aspiring Interior Designer course was built for. It'll give you the clarity and tools you need to take that first real step confidently. Again, the link is below if you want to check it out. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You don't become ready, you decide you're ready. That voice in your head saying, maybe I could do this, that's not a maybe. That's your intuition trying to tell you it's time. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need to start. 5 years from now, you'll either wish you started today or you'll be so grateful you did. You get to choose which one. If you're ready to take that next step, all the info for my course is linked below. And if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.